Well, here we are. The nice surprise we got while waiting for Prime 4, and the last in the baby timeline. So, we see how it ends. Kinda worried about that. For now, time to get changed into that scale-tight rubber suit with that big, strong pterodactyl daddy. Oh, we should start working on the Metroid Queen Samus. After all, she was fused with Metroid DNA in Fusion, which leads us neatly into Dread, as it takes place not but a week later, maybe even only 10 hours after escaping. But, well, we'll do the story last, as I have a little bit to say on this. But I mean, now post Spyro, after he's actually beaten the game, he doesn't have as much to say because oh! That shit good! It's so good! The story working, the story's good! But we'll still come back to it last. So for now, let's start off with the music. Not just the music, but the sound design overall is spot on. Like the other games in the series, it has the theme of, you know, like play the outro, play the intro, play the title screen, whatever you call it. It's got like the ominous thing that leads into the big music. Nice, good, you hit it on the head. But like all the other games in the series, it has the themed music for each of the themed areas. But like the others in the series, it knows when to cut the music for ambient sounds and moments to capture that feeling of isolation that both SR388 and ZBBBBBs did. But then it excels it. It excels it by a head and a mile, with a sudden shattering of the ambience with these robots that chase you. Not always, like they are restricted to their zones, but that's the gameplay. But like when one sees you and it makes the red warning sign and it chases you, it's no longer like that quiet, gotta sneak past. There's a door up here as well. There's like a whole floor up there. Okay, I guess we're going back this way. Oh fuck, it's spotting me! And there's the music kicking in. There's the music. Big scary song. Run! It's after you! Great. Fucking great. It makes sure that you feel panic and stress when that thing sees you. And that's what this game, again, that's going to be more the gameplay when it chases you, but the music and the gameplay for Dread are kind of intertwined. But like, that's one thing that if you want a tagline, stressful fun. Stressful fun. It's really fun. And then when that thing sees you and the music is kicking in and it's chasing you and the music is getting louder, the music does such a good job of stressing you out because the thing is chasing you, but it is so fun. This makes for great sound direction as it keeps you on edge. While you're alone, there's nothing. And then when you're in the room with the robots, you can hear it clanking. You can hear the metal claws scraping around and it making its little beeping sounds. And you're like, oh, don't see me, don't see me, don't see me. Please. You have a great... The music does such a good job of making you feel alone and helpless when that fucker sees you. At least for subsequent, at least the first time. This is one thing that we will touch upon. As the first time, you're gonna feel that. Subsequent runs, you kind of know when stuff's coming, but any good game knows that it's better to have a scripted moment than a procedurally generated moment. As yes, it's only a surprise the first time. Like that fucking ending though! That fucking... Did you see where she did the thing? You know, like the thing where she does the thing and then the thing. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's only surprising the one time. Like Aerith's death. Or like the boss from 6 golden coins or the Queen of Random using your power-ups against you. Any big shocking or striking moment, especially with sound design, it might only be a surprise once, but it sticks with you. Opposed to, oh, the monster is over here today, when yesterday it was over there. And even though these robots, you know that they're going to be coming on subsequent runs, that tense atmosphere that they built with the gameplay and the music and the ambient noises when it's not chasing you makes you feel stressed. Sound direction overall on fucking point. I'm half and half, okay? This is the weird one for me. On the one hand, we get more Samus Returns-esque with, you know, a foreground against a full 3D background, which...
Oh, shit.
Gorgeous! Exactly. Gorgeous! Fucking gorgeous! Look at these fucking gorgeous! Look at them! Look at them! Look at me! I am the captain. Now, look at them! Amazing. I want to give a big shout out. Whoever was in charge of the backgrounds, whoever was in charge of the art direction, round of fucking applause. They are some of the nicest goddamn backgrounds, alien world backgrounds you've seen. It's good. It's good. I mean, this one of the Chozo Kingdom, gorgeous. So, more of that. I'm not going to say no. But on the other hand, the setting and the colours, due to how this game wants to play out and its theming, we have less colour. The Chozo King, which, you know, I won't say his name or what he is for spoilers, but the Chozo King, as we will call him, grey, metal, the robots, a basic single pastel colour with grey metal joints. The areas, while diverse, still follow a metal theme. Kraid, oh, got some metal on you there, buddy. And the most controversial one, Samus's new suit. This perfect, polished, white metal suit with a few yellow RAM cables on it. I mean, to be fair, I do kind of like the gravity suit. Like, it's got less white and it's got a very nice highlight of pink and purple. So, like, the gravity suit looks a lot better, but we're just talking about the default one. You know, again, polished white metal suit with the yellow RAM cables. It looks a bit off, especially due to the whole fusion thing, where you got some explaining to do, which they do a good job of explaining because future Spyro's seen the ending. But you know, you got some explaining to do on how we got from this to this more robotic looking thing. But you know, I know how Daddy Ridley likes to control robots. So on the one hand, the artistic cohesion of all of the areas and everything having a cold metal industrial feel, which, given what is chasing you and the Chorizo King, it builds a great atmosphere. And combined with the sci-fi metallic music, like when the robot's chasing you, perfection. But I do personally prefer the more vibrant flora of SR388 and ZBBBs, and the more colourful suits of the Varia suit, the Gravity suit, and of course the blonde bimbo Zero suit. And that fucking final suit! I mean, did you see the final suit, Spyro? Did the thing? I know, right? That's like probably the best suit that she's ever had. I know, oh my god, like it's so good. I know, right? So yeah, on the one hand, the artistic cohesion, absolutely flawless. Everything has the metallic feel, fantastic artistic cohesion. But I do kind of prefer the flora and the more tropical, vibrant colours of SR388 and ZBBBs. When you're, especially like in AM2R, they did such a fantastic job of showing off the vibrant colours of SR388. But for this game though, this great game and how the theme of dread and metal and rust, this game, it looks perfect. One of the most basic components, but you know what they say, don't fix what isn't broken. And so we get our standard 2D Metroidvania, open world map, find the powers, find the secret walls, with some great ideas and enhancements. For one, the movement. Again, can we just take the man that made the movement, the team that made the movement, fucking round of applause. This shit is buttery smooth. It is as smooth as silk. It is buttery smooth. I've never been a fan. This is how you know how good the controls are. I have never been a fan of shine sparking. It is to me, it is the worst part of the Metroid series. It is very stiff and clunky. The ones in the earlier games like Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion, where you're on a D-pad, oh god, it's fucking awful. Some of the puzzles in Fusion, some of the shine spark puzzles in Fusion, fucking awful. And I was dreading them. So much that because they would give us, we have like Grogar being sad on the Twitch channel. This is the Grogar depression icon. You know, when something really bad's happening like the Fusion Shine Sparks, we got Grogar depression on the go. But because I was dreading the Shine Sparks, we got Grogar in the Zero suit. Nookie did a fantastic job of like taking my shitty paint drawing and turning it into this as a little joke. So we got Zero suit Grogar depression, which if we're gonna do more games in the series for the Twitch channel like Super, Zero suit Grogar depression coming in. But I was dreading them, so that's why I drew that, and then Nookie enhanced it. No, the controls are fucking like butter. They are so fluent and beautiful. It feels like I'm playing Hollow Knight. It's just a Hollow Knight ripoff. We're gonna play the bootleg Hollow Knight Metroid Dread because it's so fucking tight. So tight that I didn't have any trouble with any of the Shine Spark puzzles. You know, some of them took about 5 or 10 minutes to get, you know, because they are like, you've got to combo Shine Sparks, and that's what I was dreading, combo the Shine Sparks. But it only took 5 or 10 minutes, some it took 30 minutes, like some of the harder ones, like this one that's in the thing, but you know, we got it, we got the one in Farana. But this one here, where you're doing the Shine Spark wall jumping, no issues. Look at how fluid that is. And just works. It just works. And for somebody that hates Shine Sparking, to actually like the Shine Sparking puzzles, that shows how good the controls are. You have done a fantastic job with the controls. I cannot praise the controls enough. The controls are beautiful. If anybody blames the controls, you're talking shit. If you fuck up, that's your fault that you fucked up. You're the one that fucked up. You're the one that made the mistake, because that's how I felt. Every time I fucked up, every time a boss shot me dead, that was my fucking fault. Because I can't blame the controls. No input delay. No fucking clunky D-pad bullshit like Infusion because you got an analog stick. You can Shine Spark into a slide, into a ball, into a fucking wall jump. Look at this guy sequence breaking the spin jump thing. What a crazy dude, because the controls are that good. And did I harp on the controls for a long time? Yes, I fucking did, because I want to show you how good these controls are. Amazing. Thank you. Again, round of applause to whoever did the controls. They are fucking good. They're good. But let's continue. So we've got fantastic controls in a very well designed map where every challenge, some of them are hard, you know, some of the challenges are fine. Other ones, like the Farina one, are hard, but they're still doable and it feels like you can do them. The map has been designed great, and we've got powers returning from Samus Returns that just adds that little, it's nothing big, but it's that little enhancement that they kept from Samus Returns that just adds that little spice. Number one, the counter is back. The counter, you know, it can make a lot of enemies one-shot, but let's face it, when you get the screw attack that one-shots enemies anyway, it really doesn't matter whether you're countering or not. But for the early game, where you don't have much health and you're just trying to figure out, because it's obviously a brand new game, you don't know where to go, the counter is just that nice little bit of extra sauce on the top, and I'm glad they brung it back. The other thing I'm glad they brought back, the Aeon powers, like the Aeon scan, where when you press it, it'll reveal a couple of hidden blocks that you might have missed. Some people say that's cheap. I mean, there is most of the puzzles and most of the blocks you can pretty much tell where they are. I only had to use the Aeon scan 4 times to find 4 of the final items in the game because they are very hidden. So you don't really need it, but it's a nice option if you want to use it. Again, it's not that overpowered because, like, how Mercury Steam have made this game, it's not the act of knowing, it's the act of doing. Like with the Shine Spark puzzles, or, you know, the hidden blocks when you use the Aeon scan, even if you watch a video, even if you know by looking at the video how to do the Shine Spark puzzle, it's not the act of knowing, it's the act of doing. And given some of these puzzles require frame perfect inputs, like, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's doable, and you can always feel that if you just shaved that half a second off, if you just shaved like those 2 frames off, you'd get it, and you want to keep going until you do get it, and when you do get it, you feel good. So like, these little enhancements that they brought over from Samus Returns, of the counter and the Aeon scan, well, all the Aeon abilities, they're just that nice little extra thing that will help new players. You know, veterans don't have to use them, but it's nice that they're there, and it just adds that little extra enhancement to the game. all your regular powers come back. You know, you got the Varia suit, gravity suit, morph ball bombs. But then they added some new abilities. Like, they added the wall climb thing, which is a bit like the spider ball from Metroid 2. So that's kind of cool, but now it's a full wall climb. They enhanced the Grapple Beam. I always like to see the Grapple Beam being used in new ways. And the best one, this new Bomberman cross bomb thing, where you can break multiple bomb blocks. Bring that back. That was a good power. It saved you blowing one block at a time. You could bomb through a row of blocks. I like that one. That one was a nice little touch. So yeah, gameplay is on point. But yeah, one last thing about the gameplay as well. They thought of sequence breaking. Such a nice touch. Need to sneeze, this is getting cut out. Alright, I'm back. But yeah, they thought about sequence breaking. Because people like to speedrun Metroid. There's even endings to speedrunning Dread in 8 hours and 4 hours. How the fuck do you speedrun Dread in 4 hours? I'm not a speedrunner. I don't know. But people can. And people have found out how to sequence break. Like this guy that sequence break the double spin ability by using a shine spark. What a mad lad. He did it. Amazing. And the developers thought about this. They've thought about everything. If you sequence break early and you get things you're not supposed to early, there are unique cutscenes for things like bosses. Normally, you would get this cutscene fighting Kraid when you don't have the bombs. Normal cutscene, you shot him with missiles and then he dies. But if you have the bombs, if you sequence break and get the bombs before you're supposed to, and you fight Kraid, you get unique sequence break cutscene.
As when you do enter Kraid's belly, you'll need to lay all the bombs in there. After just a few seconds, he's donezo. And there you go.
Amazing! That is amazing! And then with puzzles, there are alternate ways to solve the puzzles. It's not just what the developer was thinking, it's if you can think about getting the item that way, you can do it. I've got 2 examples. There's this one in Farina, where normally you're supposed to do this. Giada's friend, Pulter, didn't like that. He couldn't do the wall jump. I did it the wall jump way. But he couldn't do the wall jump. But he found another way. If you drop a super bomb right here, he ran in, he got his power, zip zoom, up he goes. 2 different ways to solve the puzzle. And apparently Giada had something to do with the cross bombs. They didn't record that one. 3 ways. 3 ways to solve the puzzle. This, the most hated room, the worst room in the game in my opinion, that is bad game design because of these bugs. I don't need to get into it because there's an alternate way to solve it, but basically, like, if you don't shine spark right, these bugs will hit you, they'll waste the second that you need, you run out of time. But if you get the bugs to time out, the normal solution to the puzzle is this. Now, I couldn't do that. I was trying for an hour. I could not do that. But another YouTuber, fellow YouTubers, told me, hey, if you don't feel like doing that, you just stand here. You can stand right here, and there's just enough to get it and get across. Boom. There you go. I got it. 2 ways. 2 different ways of solving the puzzles. Unique sequence breaking. They encourage creativity in solving the puzzles. They encourage sequence breaking for unique cutscenes. Fantastic. You did... You didn't have to go that extra mile. And you did. And that's great. That's the mark of a great game. Okay, now for the most interesting and potentially controversial part. The story. By the way, some of this was written before I saw the ending, so as we go through the opinion will change, but it's going to start off negative, but it gets better. Which right off the bat, I'm not a fan of. As mentioned in the gameplay, this is a direct sequel to Fusion, and as such, the story starts where Fusion left off. So let's recap Fusion, mainly the ending, just to give a little bit of context. So Fusion, trip to SR-388, home planet of the Metroids. Samus killed all the Metroids in Metroid 2, so Federation is like, oh god, there's a big jelly bean here. This is the X, it kills everything. Metroids killed them, but there's no Metroids, so now they're running amok. Hosts, X can infect their hosts, living or dead, absorb them, take their knowledge, be bastards. So, on the trip to SR-388, Samus gets infected and is dead. Or would be, as the baby, they got a sample of the baby's DNA, pumped the baby's DNA into Samus, which created a Metroid human hybrid, which works as the Metroid cells instantaneously eradicate the X from her body, which would kill her. However, the X on her old suit absorb its powers and knowledge, becoming the Sax, or Samus X, which is hell-bent on destruction, killing everything and basically getting out of the space station and infecting the universe. And you have to run, because X, I'm just going to call her like the Samus X as X herself for now. X has the Ice Beam. You are now a Metroid. Metroids are weak to ice, so you better fucking run. And run you will. I wonder where they got the idea of the Emmys, although the Emmys are like on steroids, which I forgot to mention this in the gameplay, but we'll come back round to them and we'll just add it in here. Emmys are fucking terrifying. When they're chasing you, you know, we kind of brung it up in the music, and they're going wee woo, wee woo. Terrifying. And just how they move though. Look at that. That is scary, but each one of the Emmys have their own unique power. Like Pikachu, we named all the different colours, don't worry about it. But Pikachu, he can run real fast. He gets lightning and he goes fast. Komori shoots ice. And you know, you're a Metroid, you're weak to ice. So that's it's not good, is it? It's not good. So yeah, they get worse and worse, and it's more and more stressful, and it's more and more fun. But you know, anyway, back to Fusion. So, X wants to kill everybody and we gotta run away from X. Now, she's obviously smart. She's a smart girl. It's made out that the X are smart girls. So one game of cat and mouse later, and we, and by extension X herself, learn all the twists that lead us to Dread, and why I'm not a fan of the story, except when he saw the ending, because oh my fucking god. The Federation are breeding Metroids of all types, from Alpha to Omega, and I'm sure trying to weaponize the ultimate killing machine that can absorb any and all life with a single touch. Won't backfire in any way. X clones herself like a real parasite. She can do that and multiplies. At one point, Adam comments that there may be no less than 10 walking around, but they're just the drones. X herself is the big girl that pulls the strings. So she is sent to destroy her natural predator. While not succeeding, she buys Samus enough time to trigger the self-destruct, as again, X is not stupid, and while Samus is a big threat, she is not as big a threat as a fucking xenomorph. Yet. Yet, that fucking ending! She can become a queen, but that's for later. Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious. So, in the here and now, she lets Samus live so that self-destruct can go bang. Number 2, bigger plot point. 2 sections later where we're at the final thing. After getting the plasma beam from a Core X, Adam notes that we were not allowed to have that and we got that earlier than we were supposed to. You're in the room for the big truth bomb. The more powerful upgrades were finished a while ago, but the Federation was withholding them on purpose, as the Federation thinks that if Samus got too powerful, she will destroy X, as her Metroid instinct would want to hunt down and eat X. With these powers that she has gained illegitimately, she could very well do so. The computer locks Samus in the room, and when asking, it is because the Federation are on their way and are going to try and capture X. You know, the girl with all of the fucking powers, even more so with her virus powers that single-handedly destroyed an entire station. Some nameless Federation grunts are going to try and capture that, I'm sure, with unicorn dust and 20-leaf clovers. And I'm sure that they are not going to fucking die, and the Federation wants to weaponize X for military application, because the Federation are so brain-dead stupid evil that they make comic book villains like Dr. Doofenshmirtz seem like super geniuses, because I'm sure that capturing a unstoppable virus that can infect and kill at a rate on the level of the Black Plague and weaponizing that won't backfire in any way nor lead to an XK class end of the world scenario like a certain other virus that is spherical. And Vappy has just ordered me to stop as we are getting too close to home, and Mama Susan has already demonetized this joke because of the spherical joke. The video's gone. Anyway, this is great for X as she gets some grunt fodder to infect, the grunts fly away, nothing can stop her. Then, the computer drops the second bomb, that there is one remaining Metroid, it's now in a Mega Metroid, X can't beat it, and the Federation are going to unleash a fucking Xenomorph. So, X is like, well, damn, I'm going to need Samus's help. And then the computer says, well, if X dies, then we're going to capture you, we're going to use your Metroid DNA, because you're a queen now, and, you know, there you go. Because, I'm sure, weaponizing a fucking xenomorph queen that has also got sentient intelligence of a human won't backfire in any way, because the Federation have literally got 0 IQ and a Twitch that is smarter. Here we go, ending of Fusion. So, at the end of Fusion, obviously, we are allowed out, we play to the computers, Adam! And then the computer is like, I'm Adam? Yes, Adam, you are. You're real. You're a real boy. You can do it. I am a real boy. And then he lets you go. And then you kill the Metroid, you kill the Omega Metroid, and then X, well, first you fight X, let's just wrap that up. So you fight X to put the satellite into freefall to blow up the planet. X can't beat you because you're too strong, and then she flies off. You get to the bay, and the Omega's there. X tries to kill the Omega, she can't. She knows that she's fucked, so she gives you the ice beam. She fuses with you, and she gives you the ice beam to kill the Omega. You get out of there. So, let's now go to Dread. We are up to date, we fly away. Flying away, we get the big bombshell at the beginning of the game. Adam has contacted us to get these robots of the Federation's back, and is like, hey, be careful with our robots. And if I were Samus, I would tell Adam and the Federation to go fucking swivel, and you need a big justification to make us do this. Because, you know, literally 10 hours ago, literally less than a fucking day ago, you were like, we need to murder you and, like, take your DNA to make Metroids. And now you're ringing me up on the phone being like, hey, yeah, Samus, yeah, it's Federation HQ here. Like, you know, so about that whole murder thing, like the whole, you know, locking you in a room and, like, trying to capture X, or if that failed, like, the whole murder thing for the Metroid, like, sorry, didn't mean to, and I know it's a big ask, but, like, and again, I know we tried to kill you, but, like, we said sorry. Do you think you can get our robots back? Please? We said please. Sorry about the murder thing. Like, you have some big cojones to fucking ask that, Mr. Federation man. I would have told you to go fucking swivel. But we do. We do. We get a report that there's X on the new planet ZDR, and we go there and we start killing the robots, and we start getting the robots' powers. Now, Dread needs a lot to answer for. What happens to Metroid Queen Samus, as we are starting to become more and more Metroid? How the fuck are we still trusting the Federation after all the shit they did for us, or did to us? Why the fuck are we even helping the Federation? Lots of questions need to be answered. And Dread does it in a perfect way. This is now after I've beaten the game. There was like this other big long script that I had as I was playing through the game, because this game is a lot more like the classic Metroids. There's not much talking, there's just visuals. It is great at visual storytelling. You know, we get some lines from Adam every time we check in, but for the most part, things like looking at Kraid, you know, it's a lot of dynamic cutscenes with no talking. Which, considering when we did give her a voice, the baby, probably for the best that she didn't speak. And we go through most of the game relatively unstoried. You know, we just kind of go through a section, kill a robot. That's it. We go through a section, kill a robot. That's it. So at this point, I was getting kind of worried. Like, oh well, you know, we're not getting any story. Then we get to the halfway point where we meet this lovely gentleman. He is the last of the Chozo. He drops a big truth bomb on us. He says that this was basically pretty much Chozo homeworld, and Ravenbeak, which is the Metroid King, well, he's not the Metroid King, like, sorry, Chozo King. He wasn't a king, he's just a very powerful warrior, but just so you know who I was referring to. But yes, the Chozo King was not actually a king, he is just a leader of one of the Chozo tribes, and his name is Ravenbeak. When the Emmy arrived on ZDR to try and capture an X, because the Federation still wants to weaponize the virus because they're stupid, Mr. Ravenbeak destroyed one of the Emmys that tried to kill him, and then because Chozo are smarter than humans, he hacked the other 6 Emmys and took control of them. So Ravenbeak is now in direct control of the Emmys, and he wants your Metroid DNA. So because they can, you know, stab, they would extract your Metroid DNA. Thus, once they extract your Metroid DNA, he could take that, he could make more Metroids. And that's the whole reason why he didn't kill you at the very beginning, he basically grabbed you, said tonight she will rise, as he wants the Metroid DNA to properly awaken, to make sure that when they stab you, they don't just stab you and get some human DNA. He wants to make sure that the Metroid DNA is fully awakened, so that when they stab you, they get the guaranteed Metroid DNA hit. So it's like, okay, he's in control. We now know why he's doing it. We now know why we're getting the robots back. It's not because, like, the Federation wants us to get the robots back. It's because it was a trap by Ravenbeak to lure us in. The Federation probably don't give a shit about their robots, but Ravenbeak made a Photoshop video to lure us in, and now that we are here, he's going to try and get the Metroid DNA, and he's controlling the robots. We're off to a good start. And that's all we really get. Then we get to the second to last bit. I'll let this cutscene speak for itself. Can we get the whole thing? She's beginning to believe. Oh! Why you got your hand out like that, Samus? Why you got your hand out like that? Then we get to the final Emmy. I'll let the cutscene speak for itself. It's red. I think we just obliterated Amanita. Oh! You just fucking Uno reversed him! You sucked him! You sucked! Best suck of my life! You're full Metroid. And Adam, across the course of your journey, even comments that your Metroid DNA is awakening more and more.
Samus, you have manifested a new power. The speed with which you siphon energy is undoubtedly Metroid in nature. The Metroid DNA inside you must have fully awakened, no doubt as a result of the many battles you have fought on this mission.
Poggers, Metroid Queen!
This tremendous power is the last thing you require to confront Ravenbeak. I have detected a fortress in the sky high above Nubia. You must be there. The time has come. Samus, fulfill your destiny.
Coinciding with the beginning of the game, where Ravenbeak says, tonight she will rise. Tonight she will rise. She is rising. The Queen DNA is now awakening. So, Mercury Steam did not pull any fucking punches. obviously, like, the image that we teased, this Metroid Queen Samus, the fan-made Metroid Queen Samus, you know, there's a couple of images of her, like, this is what people always thought would happen in Metroid 5. That, you know, you are fused with a Metroid. We kind of got a tease at the end of Fusion at this idea. And, like, we didn't know whether Nintendo would have the balls to actually do it. Yeah, they did. Mercury Steam said, no. We got the balls. There's a big armor-plated lizard girl under that suit now. And like the Metroid Queen, she can best suck on my life at a touch. She goes, that shit good. So as we go more and more through the story, her Metroid DNA is awakening more and more, and she is sucking more and more and becoming more and more queen-like. And then, like, you know, is that it? And this is the end of the game now, and I'm not even going to spoil it. I'm not even going to spoil it. You need to see it for yourself. I want you to play this game. Do not watch it on YouTube, because you won't have the same impact. You need to play this game and see the fucking ending. Just the final battle. It's not even the ending. It's the entire post-final battle, final battle, pre-final battle, where it's like, ah! Ah! Oh! 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 Fucking, what's this? Damn. Shit good. And that's how you do it. That's how you do it. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know how we top this. Because we're going to Metroid Prime 4. And that's before this. That's before the battle with Ravenbeak. That's before this. Which I've literally blacked out. And you can only see like the little... You can only see little fucking... How do you... If you are the head that sits atop the ziggurat, the stairs leading to you are infinite! We're at the top of the ziggurat. How do you get higher than infinite stairs? You don't get higher than infinite stairs. What can you write? What can you write? Because obviously, while there's no talking, because, you know, they don't want the baby. But while there's no talking, what can you write in Metroid 4 or Prime 4 that can top the final point of the timeline? How do you top it? How do you even, not even top it, how do you level with it? Don't know. Don't know the answer. Don't think you can. I don't know how, like, I know Prime 4, you know, if it's like Prime 1 and 3, because 2 weren't that good. But like, if it's like 1 and 3, yeah, it's gonna be good. But how do you top? How do you do that? I don't think you can. I don't think you can hold up. I'm worried, not because you're gonna be bad, Prime 4. I'm worried because, like, we literally just hit the zenith. We hit the apex. It's only downhill from here. Unless you make Prime 6, where it's literally like you and Ridley taking over the universe and killing the Galactic Federation for being stupid. Where'd you go? How'd you do? What do you do? Mercury Steam, you've left me speechless. Quite literally, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know how we can. It's fucking Aerith dies. Aerith fucking dies. She's dead. Sephiroth stabbed her. It's an Aerith dies. The moment that you created will go down as an Aerith dies moment. You did it. You fucking did it. And I don't know what to say. except it's the best Metroid game in the series ever. Period. Full stop. And you all need to buy it and play it and tell Kotaku to shut their fucking mouth when they say to pirate it. Shut the fuck up, Kotaku. You dumb bastards. You don't pirate that shit. That's worth every fucking dollar. That's worth all 60. All of them. I only have 2 complaints. Complaint number 1 is Mercury Steam. You didn't credit some of the people that worked on it. Apparently you had to work on it it was in development for 4 years. So you had to work on it for at least a year to get credit. No, shut the fuck up, Mercury Steam. This is like me being a little bit angry at you. Don't do that, Mercury Steam. You know, you've done something really fucking amazing here. Like, really, 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 really good. Don't be Konami. You know who does that? Konami does that. When they tried to remove Hideo Kojima's name from Metal Gear Solid. Stop being a bastard, alright? Stop being a bastard. You don't want to be Konami. It doesn't matter whether somebody worked for 10 minutes or 10 hours. You credit them. If one guy was hired to make the little power-up icons that are on the Chozo's hands, if those little power-up icons only took 2 hours to make and that guy didn't get credit, get your computers up, rewrite the credits, patch that shit in. Don't be Konami. Don't be Activision. Don't be Ubisoft. You credit everybody. Don't matter whether they work for 2 minutes or 20 minutes. Credit them. Don't be a bastard, Mercury Steam. That's a bastard move, and that's disrespect. You do not have my respect for that thing. My only other complaint, and this is less of a complaint and more of like, I beg you. I beg you. I beg. Booty, please! The final suit, this whole ending sequence. So yeah, there's a final suit. Like, you know, it's like when you kill Mother Brain and get the Hyper Beam, except it's like when the baby gives you the Hyper Beam and you just fuck Mother Brain's final phase up. It's a bit like that, except it's 100 times bigger and better and amazing. Please, Booty, please, Mercury Steam, please, I beg you, I'll give you an extra $10. Make it nice, I'll give you an extra $20. Please make that a New Game Plus. It's not a New Game Plus. It is a disservice. It is a disservice, Mercury Steam, that is not a New Game Plus. Please, have that as a New Game Plus. Let me go through the whole game in the final suit. Please. That was such a good ending. That was such a good thing. Please, add it as a DLC. I will give you 10. I'll give you 20. Make that a DLC. Make the final suit a New Game Plus. I want to go through the game like that. Please. It was so good. I want a full game of that because it was so good. Even if it's not like Metroid 6, it's just a New Game Plus piss around mode. I'll give you 10 for a piss around mode. It was that final moments. It's good. 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 So that leads me on to the final verdict. Don't give scores. Don't need to give scores. Don't think I have to. I think you already know how good it is. I think you already understand. I don't think any more needs to be said. They did a fantastic job on Metroid. They did an amazing job with continuing on from Fusion, despite like the cojones material that you had to work with, and have the cojones which you did. You grabbed life by the silly strings and you said, yes, we're going there. And you went there amazingly. And then you said, not only are we going there amazingly, here's the buttery smooth controls. We're going to make it Hollow Knight levels of control. Here's all of these stunning backgrounds. Hands down, this is the best Metroid game in the series, period, ever made, full stop. If you are the head that sits atop the ziggurat, infinite stairs. That's your tagline, infinite stairs. I think it's no surprise. Now I'm not gonna say it's number one. It's obvious. I have to think about that, because there was some other games that excited me to this degree, like the new Pokemon Snap. That was good. It wasn't like action, it was relaxing. It's still really good though. But I think you know that it's definitely in the 5. Oh, that ending! So good! Thank you all for watching the review. Next time, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know when this is gonna go up. You're probably gonna see like the whole VOD next time. The Pokemon Snap review, not Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Diamond review, I guess. Done sparse. We're done. Stick a fork in it.